Can you forgive someone who has hurt you or given immense pain? I know, it's obvious that we cannot. Subscribe to our channel, which is solely focused on deserving people who want to create high level of success. I was just like you. In fact, I struggled on lack and limitation till the age of 35. Then as I trained my super powerful mind and created success through the science of becoming rich and successful, the next 5 years gave me everything that I wanted. The epiphany just jolted me that the hate, anger, and non-forgiveness was the real reason for my struggle and mediocrity. This is neuroscientifically proven that when you see someone whom you hate, the anger, cortisol level, and blood pressure all go up instantly. This not only blinds you from taking sound decisions, you may commit unimaginable acts amounting to crime. Even if you don't do anything wrong, it normally takes about 27 minutes for your mind to calm down and make sound decisions. But you don't have to lose your mind in anger and frustration. There is a psychological practice called letting go. Letting go means to forgive, to accept and send gratitude for what you have, and make yourself so light that you move effortlessly to your higher purpose. There is a specific learning that allows us to be able to forgive and move on. When I was being coached by one of the best life transformation leaders, I was confused as to why and how can a person forgive someone who has given immense pain and suffering. It was just above my range of logic and understanding. I used to hear proverbs like, "The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is an attribute of the strong," Mahatma Gandhi. But deep down there was confusion and dissonance. I asked my mentor as to why and how we should forgive our enemy. First of all, we need to understand that forgiveness is for our good, and I will explain why. He said that we all do our best in any given moment based on the level of understanding we have. If that person had a better understanding, he would have acted against harming or hurting you. We have to forgive the soul that God had kept in that person, just like you. Forgive the soul and not the act. If that act which has hurt you calls for a legal step, take it. If it involves lodging a complaint with the police, do it. But after doing all this, forgive that person in your heart. You don't have to call them or confront them. Just close your eyes, see that person sitting in front of you, and say to him, "I forgive you. Leave me alone. You live your life, and let me live my life peacefully." What you do here is that you throw away the burden of hate, anger, and animosity, and become light and emotionally stable. This practice is the most emotional ritual that we conduct in our workshops. People get upset recalling the person they hate. Tears roll down their cheeks, but this isn't suffering, this is healing. We get hundreds of participants coming to us and saying they felt so light and have never experienced such a relief and awakening in years. You forgive the soul and not the act of that person. Letting go also involves not allowing anyone to disturb your peace. If you have a very important meeting and you're stuck in your car in a traffic jam, this will bring out the real you and test your emotional stability. Just imagine you are in that traffic jam situation. You will see different behaviors of people. Some will honk and curse. Some will come out, complain, or argue. Someone just turns on the audio for enjoying music. So the best way to handle it is to let it go. You do not control the situation. My mentor is against aggressive behavior or complaining. He says, if you can do something, go out and do it. If not, then do not complain. Let it go and do something else that you enjoy. Letting go helps us to loosen ourselves. That is a requirement to get any task done efficiently. If you're emotionally tied up with hate, anger, guilt, or some other negative emotion, it will have consequences that will lead to bad results. This will in turn feed bad mental programs that will increase self-doubt. You do not have to fight, ponder over, or to prove yourself. Just let it go and enjoy your life. I got a call from one of my young workshop participants who wanted to say that he is feeling so happy without any reason or occasion. I told him that it should be that way. You don't need any external thing to happen to be happy. Just like a baby's default state is bliss and happiness, the same way we need to be happy always. It is a complete practice that we do in our workshops that enables anyone to always be happy. You will see that the high achievers seem to be happily enjoying life, and still they are achieving new heights. And the average hardworking man seems to be struggling every day. This is because of these life-changing knowledge and practices they don't know. The irony is, Research shows that 96% people struggle with money, health, and relationships, and only 1% have all the three things in abundance. This is because no school or college teaches us this knowledge. We teach how to leave the struggling crowd and become part of the elite 1% population who constitute the rich and successful.